Hi and welcome back to Sumo Newcastle for another HUD developer update. By the time you watch this, hopefully you should all be playing on update 1.6, and this update represents probably the most significant gameplay changes that we've made to the game since launch. So thanks very much for being part of that conversation, for all of your feedback and comments on the forums. That's really helped us prioritize what we tackle and how we tackle it, and we look forward to continuing that journey as we continue to tune and balance the live game. So the big headline for today is that Marianne has now been tuned down in a number of different ways. So firstly, we've introduced a stamina cost for aiming, so she can no longer recover stamina when aiming and firing. The same rule has also been applied to Robin. Secondly, we've added a small delay to her aiming readiness, and this is to alleviate some of the quick scoping behaviours which were not our intention. Lastly, we fixed a bug with the roving rogue perk, which had resulted in her having unlimited ammunition. It's also worth pointing out that all these changes were jumped on straight away by the development team. I know balance changes can sometimes feel like an age for them to arrive, but the reality is, we need to code the fixes, we need to validate the gameplay, test for bugs, test on all 5 platforms, and then submit on all these platforms. So I totally understand the need for a speedy turnaround on balance fixes, but rest assured we are listening and we're acting as fast as we can. We also looked into comments about the melee characters. Tuk's heavy attack is no longer blocked by friendly characters that get in his firing line. John's ultimate ability, Wrath, now renders him immune to assassinations and can actually be activated mid-assassination. We did, however, tune down a little bit John's Surging Smash perk. This was because you used to be able to one-shot Tuk. You can't do that anymore. We've also made multiple improvements to melee targeting, so Tuk's heavy should now find its target more effectively, even without the manual lock-on. There's also been some improvements to hit detection on crouch targets, so it should be easy to interrupt assassinations in progress. To round things off, in these headlines, we've also improved Robin's gear item, the flashbang. It now inflicts an increased stamina penalty and will also remove the health bars and any lock-on UI. We know this doesn't cover everything that's been suggested so far, but it was important that we get these changes in your hands ASAP so you can evaluate them. We don't want to balance the game on shifting sand, so hopefully this first round of changes will inform our next steps. And double gold and XP events, community events are here. So we've got a lot more community events in the works, and we've got some really cool ideas about how we expand on that. But if you've got ideas on how we expand on the meta, please leave us some comments. I know a lot of our hardcore players are kind of sitting on mountains of gold and XP, so I'd be really interested to hear from them, particularly on what appeals. Is it more levels to unlock in the hideout, to have more cosmetics, or some kind of a prestige system? So that's the main beats for update 1.6. If you want more details on the granular things, the specific tweaks and fixes, then all of the patch notes have been made available online for you to have a look at. And as we look ahead to patch 1.7, which we're aiming for in July, this will bring online the exciting new PvE game mode that we're calling State Heist. We've been playing this daily, we've been having tons of fun as we try and find that sweet spot in terms of difficulty balance for release. So as a reminder, this mode introduces a range of new mechanics that may find their way back into the core PvPvE game mode, which we're now renaming as an Outlaw Heist. So in PvE, the winch is automated, so you simply load the chest and then deal with the waves of AI guards that arrive until extraction's complete. If you alert the guards, you'll have that red outline that shows you've broken stealth, and then the AI will be able to do increased damage, pretty much killing you in a one-shot. So this is absolutely no cakewalk. And if you do get killed, you drop a talisman where you died, and that needs to then be collected by a teammate and then delivered to a capture point so that they can revive you. We'll have more updates on this soon, and hopefully some teaser footage once we get all the VFX and extra bells and whistles finalized. So it's really exciting, can't wait to share more on that. There's also a ton of improvements across the board to look forward to. We've got AI improvements, including the sheriff, to make them feel more deadly without radically changing their stats, so when they attack, when they defend, how they pick their targets, how they prioritize their strategies. Lots of improvements to AI behaviors in general. We've also got more matchmaking improvements. We've got improvements to the post-match flow to emphasize the scoreboard. We've got more combat improvements and balance and tweaks, which are focused on all the characters, not just one individually. We're also looking into some accessibility improvements, such as separating the inputs for assassination and other actions, such as finer control for aiming on gamepads. Although we'd love to include some, big improvements on all these topics, we can't guarantee it. We'll just have to see what we get round to and how quickly we can get them into the next patch. But we'll keep you updated as always. And last but by no means least, of course, we've got the Battle Pass, which is going to be beginning in August, September time when we kick off Season 1, which brings online a whole host of new outfits and weapon skins and cool stuff to grind for. There's also a major overhaul of the winch mechanic that we've just recently approved internally, and the game objectives. And we'll share that with you soon once I've got some mock-ups, which I will help contextualize it as I talk through the changes. As always, thank you for your continued support. There's lots of cool stuff on the immediate horizon, and the start of Season 1 is shaping up to be something pretty special indeed as HUD continues to evolve and improve. So for now, knock those arrows, ready those hammers, and I'll speak to you again real soon.